hippie hut down a country road. There's a girl named Jonesy with a carefree soul. She's got chickens in the yard, running wild and free, and she's rolling up her life in a sweet green dream. Jonesy in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease, with the chickens clucking and the sun so bright. Jonesy's living in her own kind of life. She wakes up with the sunrise, no shoes on her feet, dancing in the garden to a reggae beat. She's got a peace sign hanging on her front porch swing, and a big old smile for everything. Jonesing in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease, with the chickens clucking and the sun so bright. Jones's living in her own kind of life. She's got no worries, just the earth and sky, living her life, no need to try, with a heart full of love and a head full of dreams. Jones's riding on life's sweet stream. Jonesing in her hippie hut, life's a breeze, smoking that good stuff, feeling so at ease, with the chickens clucking and the sun so bright. Jones's living in her own kind of life. So if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free, in a hippie hut just like Jones, and you see. So if you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free, in a hippie hut just like Jones, and you see.
Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. Hey, y'all. So glad to see you guys. Hello, hello. Hey, Andy. Texas girl. Hey, Matt. Talkie smack. Mac attack. Hey, Okie. Yep. I got a little tingle in my throat. That's what he said. Or no, hold on. I mean, he could say that, but that whatever. Anyways, I digress. Interrupted your online Christmas shopping, girl. At least you're not blocked, Tess. Hey, little horses. Hello, everybody. Hey, Truth Seeker. That Michelle. This place is messy. Yes, it is. Hey, Brantley. Hey, Bo. What up, Bo? Yes, please hit the like on your way in. And just so y'all know, I don't want my chat filling up thinking I'm finna go over some drama. It ain't happening. We ice, baby. Ice, baby. Ice, baby. Anyways, I just wanted to come smoke a J with y'all and shoot the shit a little bit, you know. Hey, so long. Hello, hello. I'd play the song if I knew it wouldn't get my ass copyrighted, but it does. So there's that. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. No drama. It's the weekend. Hooray! One shot. It's Friday, baby. It is Friday. Yay. Ice is back with a brand new edition. Don't lose your mouse. What mouse? My mouse? This mouse? Hold on. You can't see it. Only I can see it. You did? You replayed that song over and over, huh? I'm so glad to see y'all. It's been a day, bro. It's been a day. My joint keeps going out. Must not have rolled it right. Will it ever stop? I don't know. Oh, Jesus Christ. You got me on that one. You got me. Uh-oh, KCG. What's going on, baby? Something happened in Wispy's chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, babe. Well, perfectly. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but we ain't doing it. We ain't doing that shit tonight. She went on panel. Oh, tonight? Well, I was. KCG, yep, says call her real quick. Oh, I had no idea. Yeah, of course, Brantley. On Wispy? She got attacked on Wispy's channel? Oh, yeah, no, we don't speak that girl's name. Nope. I'm sorry that happened, KCG. I don't even know what happened, but whatever it was, I'm sure it was very unfair and I'm sorry. Yep, said caller. Make sure you call Yep real quick. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks, man. Send it to me perfectly. Send it to me. You know, I'm always down to laugh. Real comedians, Jobsons, not YouTube jokes. She gonna learn about loss. Not seen Savage live in a few days. Has she not went live? I think she goes live during my morning naps. Unless she goes live early. Like there was one day I seen her on early. She was on while I was actually still at work. So then I couldn't participate. You know, I couldn't talk in the chat because I was working. Oh, she's been over on Rumble. Is she on Rumble right now? Oh, curious. She'll be live tonight. Good, good. Because I've been wanting to say hey and show some love and support, and I ain't called her on the streets. Um, let me see. Look, I get talking shit, y'all. Hey, I want to know, especially if Savage is going to go live tonight. I don't want to keep us hanging here for too long. You know what I'm saying? But I want to know, have y'all, I'm sure y'all have heard about the dude that shot the other dude, the healthcare dude. What was he? He was like the CEO of a health insurance company. What is that in Eastern time? Curious. 9? Is that at 9? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Is it at 9? Okay, United Healthcare CEO. Yeah, that guy. Okay, 11 Eastern. Okay, we're good then. We're good. Okay, okay. I know y'all seen that picture of him where he's smiling. I think he's at like the hostel and they said he was flirting with the girl and she wanted to see his face and so he pulled his mask down and showed his face for a second. I know y'all seen that picture. Y'all, tell me he don't look like a young Wade Wilson. Let me let me Google a picture. Damn, my joint keeps going out, bruh. Let's see. United. No, 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 no. What would I put in? Uh, Killer on on the run. I feel like that's a movie or a song or something. New York. Look, y'all cannot tell me shit. Let me see if I can get some image pulled up here. This kid looks just like a young Wade Wilson. Hold on, let me. And he's a young dude. So I don't know why they're saying, and I don't know who exactly it is that's saying it, but somebody is saying that it looked like a professional hit. And I'm like, he ain't old enough to be a professional. Excuse me. Watch me be wrong, and the dude is like 40. I'm trying to save the picture. Okay, hold on. Fuck. It's being complicated with me. Let me try to save this one. I just want a JPEG. Brian. Okay, now let me get a Wade Wilson. We're going to do a side by side. You ain't telling me shit. Let me find me a side by side. I need one of his younger photos, like, let's see. Wade Wilson before face tap. Let's do that. There you go. That one's all right. That one's okay. Okay, let me see if it'll let me save this as a JPEG. It sure did. Brian 2. Okay, let me pull these up.
Hey.
What?
Kira's surgery is January 7th.
January 7th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, let me share this to y'all. Window, this one. Okay. All right. Now, will it let me? Damn. It ain't going to work that way. I need to go to the next photo. Hold on. Let me pull up my pictures. Pictures. I need Brian. Brian and Brian too. Thank you very much. Okay. Now I can share it with y'all. Okay, y'all ready? Look. Y'all can't tell me shit. Y'all can't tell me shit. He looks just like a young Wade Wilson. Or a younger Wade Wilson, because Wade Wilson's already young. He is cute, Sin. What is wrong with us? What's this called? Hybristophilia? I'm tired of that shit. Take it back. Take it back, God. I don't want it. got me out here liking all these criminals. And then I caught myself watching a press conference on Icked today. And it was a gray haired cop who isn't even really that good looking, but I found myself looking. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, all I want is old men. Well, I want Tony, but you know what I'm saying? My eye candy outside of my own husband are all old. Go burger. Money moves. You ought to be ashamed. Nah, bruh. Nah, bruh. Just alike. Damn, it keeps zooming out. Just alike. Oh, he's already going gray, baby. He's already going gray. Oh, silver. Tess. Oh, silverback gorilla. Oh my God, Tony's the silverback gorilla, and I'm the orangutan titties. Shit. um, no, I don't even. It's always men in uniform. All my silver foxes, except for like the ones you see that are doing like thirst traps on TikTok and shit. Like with their gray hair, they like long gray hair. No, not BTM. Thirst traps. They got like long gray hair and they pull it up in like a man bun and they are all tatted up down their arms. Yes, hunty. Yes. But if it's not them, it's always silver foxes in uniform. Hey, Savage. I don't know what it is, but y'all cannot tell me that this kid does not look like Wade Wilson. They look just alike to me. He is a cute little dude, man. And it's like, why? Hold on. Why am I finding these folks attractive? Murderer attire. No, this one's not a silver fox. These is youngins. I don't find men my age attractive at all, except Tony. I could eat me some Tony up, and I do. I do. Oh, they do. They do have nice smiles. It's like, damn, why do y'all got to be all murderous and shit? But on Icked Mail today, they were saying that there's a lot of people saying calling this dude a hero for killing that CEO guy. Ain't that crazy? Like, let me pull up Twitter and see, because Icky was talking about it today. Let's see. What's trending? Show me what's happening. United Healthcare. Here we go. Let me stop sharing this screen and start sharing the next one. All right, let's look at this real quick. I want to look up hashtag United Healthcare. How about that? Oh, shit. Look, as a practicing therapist, hearing about the news that the CEO of United Healthcare was killed, I just hope his family knows that grief counseling isn't considered medically necessary and is not covered by their United Healthcare insurance before they get hit by any unexpected bills. Um, uh, this one says, oh my God, guys who put the Punisher logo on their trucks. That's kind of funny. I ain't even gonna front. That's kind of funny. And guys who actually do Punisher shit. And there was something Icky said he was like, on their Facebook page, or I don't know, somewhere, y'all have to go watch Icked Mail. Somewhere on Facebook, I don't know if it was Brian Thompson's page or United Healthcare's page or what, but there was like 70,000 laughy face responses. I was like, what? White Rabbit says every response to this photo should be never seen them before. Good looking kid though. Like a doctor's letter to United Healthcare for denying nausea meds for a child on chemo. Dear buttheads at the insurance company, I can't believe it has come to this. I have to take time away from my patients to inform you that you are idiots. This whole experience makes me want to vomit. But of course, I wouldn't dare throw up without the approval of my insurance company. Which brings me to my point. Apparently, you have decided that a child receiving chemotherapy has no reason to be nauseated. I didn't think I was unnecessarily writing prescriptions for antiemetics for blank. Obviously, you would know better about the side effects of chemotherapy than me, my peers, and the entire scientific community, going all the way back to Dr. Sidney Farber. I suppose my alternative to Zofran and scopolamine is to let the child know that the nausea is all in his head. However, I don't imagine you would cover any psychology consultation either. So I'll just tell blank to stop throwing up. Thank you for that simple solution. You have saved your greedy, blood sucking corporation shareholders a great deal of money, I'm sure. Of course, that would be the bottom line. Feel free to contact me if you need further information about how much you guys suck. That's wild, man. I don't care. It's crazy. Um, and what was it called that he was going to? Something to raise money. What's that called? Or to pitch shit. They denied my dad and said he didn't need to be in the hospital, but he fucking flatlined and needs a heart transplant. But because his breathing was normal, he was denied. Chico, if you look up this hashtag United Healthcare on Twitter, there are so many stories. It was some kind of conference, but it's called something. It's going to drive me nuts. No, not stockholder. What what what's his name? Brian. He was also being investigated for insider trading. What was Brian Thompson? What event going to? Oh, it's going to drive me nuts and it's not showing me. Let me click on this link and see if it tells me. Investor conference. Like, that makes me feel like it was set up for that day and that time for that reason. I don't know who said it's professional, but I don't think it was professional at all. Investors. It's where they go and beg people to invest their money with their company. And then after they get the money from the investors, they don't give the right amount out to people who actually need it for their health care. Instead, they just pocket it. It's insane. He was doing the company dirty and his wife too. I think it's somebody who lost a family member due to their denial. Brantley and me were talking about that, or well, actually, it was a few of us talking about that in the Discord today. I think that could very well be true. And my next question for y'all is: do y'all think they're gonna find them? Here, we'll watch a video, the latest video I seen on it.
A shocking murder in the streets of New York City. United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was in New York for a big investor meeting. The meeting was scheduled to begin at 8
I should have just played it from here because Vinny just said it. Investor meeting.
a.m. at the Hilton Hotel. Thompson was staying across the street at a different hotel, and at about 6:45, he left his hotel and crossed the street. That's when the suspect approached him from behind, shooting him 3 times and killing him. The shooter had arrived at the scene about 5 minutes before Thompson. Then after the shooting, he took off across the street and jumped onto an e-bike to escape. This prompted a massive...
Now, first off, my question, I've heard about this e-bike a few times. Don't you have to put in like credit card information to get the e-bike? Let me know.
Manhunt by the NYPD, executing search warrants and trying to track down a killer. Tonight, we are live from New York with all the latest as we break down all the evidence, all the leads in the United Healthcare CEO murder.
I just pulled up YouTube to start a poll, and I see that JLR is live saying that the backpack was found. Oh, Gray Hughes is saying it was found too. Uh-oh, let me go to the Twitter sphere. Let me see. I don't see anything about it. Let me look up Brian Thompson. I'll let this play while I look it up.
Mystery. I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you so much for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. It's the biggest mystery right now that investigators are trying to figure out. It's the case everyone's talking about. A CEO is murdered. CEO of an incredibly large company, United Healthcare. Millions and millions of people have United Healthcare. They are worth billions and billions and billions of dollars. The man who was murdered, making $10 million a year. In New York for an investor meeting, shot and killed in cold blood by seemingly someone who was lying in wait, someone who knew his schedule and knew he would be there and was there for a purpose. The manhunt continues for the shooter. Caught on video doing it. Like, there's surveillance videos everywhere in New York City. So he's going to be caught at different places at different times. $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest of this killer. Some huge, big developments today in all of this. That's what we're going to go through.
Vinny do be lying sometimes.
This hour in terms of the evidence and what we're learning.
But as we've seen in the Sebastian Rogers case, he don't know half the stuff. Like, he covers shit without knowing all the details. Okay, look, this is what I found. There's not a video on it. It's an article by the New York Post. And that makes me nervous too, because I don't trust the New York Post. But anyways, says NYPD finds bag possibly belonging to United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson's killer. NYPD investigators found a gray backpack hidden in the brush in Central Park on Friday that could be the one ditched by the assassin who gunned down Brian Thompson. The bag was recovered south of the carousel near Heckshire Playground and looks similar to the gray backpack worn by the shooter when he opened fire on Thompson. Let's see. There's the backpack. It does look similar, but let me go back to the picture. The picture of him with the backpack. Okay, here's a picture of him with the backpack right here. But see, I feel like are these straps black, or is it only black on the end of the straps? You see how it's black on the end right here? But in here, that could be right here. I wish we could see the top part. What's in the bag? I don't know. Let's see. They're probably not going to list it. A photo obtained by the Post shows the sleekly designed backpack in good condition. Investigators did not open the bag and sent it straight to the lab for forensic testing. Thompson's killer's bag was described by Chief of Detectives Joseph Kinney as very distinctive in a Friday press briefing. It is huge and gray. Well, all righty. Paul Daring, the founder and chief executive of Peak Design, told New York Times he thinks the backpack worn by the gunman in the surveillance photos released could be a version of the everyday backpack his company sells. Daring says the at-large suspect's backpack appears to be an older version that was on the market from 2016 and 2019. I bet that's when he was in high school. Daring said he reported the backpack's likeness to the NYPD's tip line, and the person who answered the phone said they had already received hundreds of tips about the backpack being a Peak Design product. Kenny said the NYPD employed more than 100 officers, along with drones, to Central Park Friday to look for clues as investigators have been following the gunman's escape path. Bullets recovered from the crime scene in front of the Hilton Hotel in Midtown are also being tested to see if they match bullets from any prior shootings. I bet they won't. That's just my opinion. Investigators believe the masked gunman ultimately left town after footage showed him walking into a Port Authority bus center near 178th Street and Broadway about an hour after the shooting. But no cameras show him exiting the station. And then here's a map. It don't let you zoom in, though. Like, what the hell's the point in letting me see it if I can't zoom in? So right here, number one, this is where the shooter was waiting and then shot Brian Thompson. Then he comes up here, he goes left, comes right here. He then runs to an alleyway between 54th Street and 55th Street. Okay, that's right here. He goes down this alleyway. and he goes back up onto the main road. So he goes back to the same road he kind of swerved around. Okay. Once at West 55th, the shooter continues to walk on 6th Avenue, where he gets onto an electric bike. Okay, then he rides the electric bike. Shooter rides north on 6th Avenue towards Central Park. Boom, boom, boom. At 6:48, the shooter rides the bike into Central Drive. And I did see a video somewhere that showed where he came out of Central Park at. Right? That's what I was thinking, Remy. Like, how was he even able to get on a bus and leave? I don't think he's going to have a record. I really don't. I'm not sure they're going to catch this dude. It's not that I don't have faith in law enforcement. It's just, I don't know. Oh, shit. Just Irish said, anyone looking to get away with murder, she's your girl. Oh, my goodness. Hey, Elizabeth. I know. B. Fergs, ain't that a shame? 10K. This dude done pocketed so much money, supposedly, allegedly. Y'all better get some money from his wife. Shit. Member for 5 months. Boxer mom. Thanks for renewing, love. Hey, Betty Boo. I don't think he will be real. I think UHC would pitch in some cash. Them or his wife. But maybe somebody said in here earlier that he was doing his wife dirty too. So maybe not. I agree, SG. There's not many identifying features. He looks like an everyday normal dude. Like, I didn't see anything about him that caught my eye except he's got a nice smile and he's good looking and he looks like Wade Wilson's younger brother. That's what I thought. Oh shit, Sin's trying to get murder for hire. That's what I was going to do. I was going to start a poll. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. And if y'all think he's going to get caught. I mean, Danilo Cavalcante, he had them running all over the place. But I don't know. Something seems different about this dude. He seems real slick. Do you think they will catch the gunman? Y'all make sure to vote. Let's see what else this says. Oh, I'm on the wrong tab. Damn it. Gunned down Wednesday. Called it a brazen targeted attack. Used a firearm with a silencer. And I think it was my other silver fox, Joseph Scott Morgan. He was on Nancy Grace. Oh, shit. We ain't said that in a minute. Nancy Grace, where you at, girl? Anyways.
Diddy hungry?
That will never get old. Oh, I cannot. Oh shit, Brantley wants to see the dick. You gonna take this dick. You gonna take this dick.
You gonna take that dick? You gonna take that dick, huh? I'm gonna pop off a piece of my dick.
Oh, Lord, have mercy. Anyways, Joseph Scott Morgan said that the reason he was having I don't know what you would call it, like the gun kept getting stuck, and the reason was probably because it had the silencer on it. I guess you get a gun with a silencer, that just means you're a professional, is what it seems like. Is that all I need to be a professional? Like, let me go get some silencers. Oh man. Hey Nathan. Boy. I have been missing some Nathan. I'm so glad to see you. He knew how to rectify it after it jammed, and he was calm. You think that's what makes them think he's a professional? It might be, because I would be fumbling all over myself. I would be like dropping everything, and the video, yeah, it shows he's pretty good with it. Y'all keep putting my joint out, and I'm sick of it. Y'all better stop that shit. Let me keep lighting it back up. Right, Felon Kitty? Well, I wondered, I don't think, and they said there's like inscriptions on the bullets. What were the inscriptions? I know one of y'all motherfuckers know in the chat. What was the inscription? Something. Was it fight, defend, depose, or dispose? Or something like that? Oh, potato guns are so badass, but they're dangerous. Y'all make sure to vote. Let me know if you think they're going to catch this dude. So he exited Central Park at West 77th Street. And then where was he was still seen on the bike at 85th Street, but he had ditched it by the time he was seen at 86th Street. So between 85th and 86th Street, he ditched the bike. The gunman then headed to Amsterdam Avenue and West 86th Street, where he is seen on video getting into a northbound taxi cab. Guess what? They can track that taxi cab driver down, but that taxi cab driver probably ain't going to remember shit about who that was, because they drive so many people a day. But that's very brazen, don't you think, to get in a taxi? Get some water. I want to move on from this in just a minute, so make sure you vote, because then we're going to go to the Kentucky, the judge, the sheriff that shot the judge. There's a new update on that, and I find it very interesting, and I want to talk to my friends about it, you know. Fingerprints gathered during the investigation have been a dead end so far, the chief of detectives said. Oh, because they're talking about the water bottle and wrapper that was found. The print is of no value, meaning that it is unusable for identification. Nothing of any investigative value was found in Thompson's room either, Kenny said. All right, let's go check our poll out. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's the backpack? Melody Ferris, she's got some motherfucking nerve. Mama was like, baby, you got to watch her sentencing speech. You got to watch it. And I was like, okay, Mama, I'll listen to it on the bus in the morning. His backpack is a $350 camera backpack. He has money. Oh, you think so, Just Jake? You think he's balling? What case is Lindsay Lee talking about? Yeah, all these details. I mean, literally getting in a taxi cab, getting on the subway, riding an e-bike, and they got nothing. They find the backpack. He stayed in the hostel. He talked to people in the hostel. They got pictures of him in the hostel. I mean, look, look, I'll give them this. He looks completely different in these two photos to me. That mask says everything. It's y'all's fault, government. Y'all made us wear masks. It's y'all's fault. It's become a normal thing now. You see somebody with a mask on now, you don't think twice. 5 years ago, you'd be like, why are you wearing a mask, bro? What's up? You kind of believe her, but you're not sure. Listen. But what if, here's my thought, Aqua. What if she is the one that did it? Then she'd be putting that off on her kid. Oh, the judge and the sheriff. Oh my gosh, yes, we're about to go over that with the lawyer, with his fine ass. Yeah, you would, Mac. You would think that they were coming to rob somebody, right? Like if I seen 5 years ago somebody walk in with a mask on and their hood up in a Starbucks, I'd be on the floor taking cover, like take what you want. I don't want nothing. Hey, Summer. Hey, Steph B. Take what you want. Okay, let's go see what you guys think. Y'all think that let's see. We got some votes still coming in. Hold on, let's see. We're gonna end it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. All right, let's see. Let it load up. Do you think they will catch the gunmans? Oh, wow. 76% of y'all think yes. Wow. I'm actually shocked at that. I'm not sure they're going to catch them, guys. I should have voted because at least we would have got a little higher on the no side. Okay, so we're done with this one for now. I just wanted to talk about that with y'all because I seen his picture. I said, damn, he looks just like Wade Wilson. Okay. Hey, daddy. That's, yeah, more like that. I'm a weirdo. Okay, let's see. Let me close this one out. Brian Thompson, we're done with you for now. We're done with the NYPD. All right. I shot the sheriff, but I did not shoot the deputy. So, this is a case in Kentucky where the sheriff was good friends with the judge. There's some weird stuff surrounding it. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go look for where I covered them on the other lives or anybody else's live about it. The lawyer you know has covered it the whole time. Who else has covered it? I don't really know who else has covered it. But there's some weird shit going on here, right? The lawyer you know is going to explain it a little bit. So let's start with him. Playback speed. Let's try 1.5.
And the circumstances around why this happened are still unknown, but it seems like every week we are getting breadcrumbs. Information that makes too much sense to ignore. And we're going to be really careful about how we talk about the.
You think the sheriff's in a love triangle? No. Listen, as we get into this, I'll tell y'all, because on my last stream, I said what I think was, what I thought was the weirdest thing about this situation, which is the fuck was this officer, not the sheriff, but the officer under the sheriff, comfortable enough to be taking these women on house arrest into the judge's chambers to fuck? Why was he comfortable enough to do that? Right? Keep that in mind.
Allegations today, because they are shocking, they are deplorable. They are not confirmed, but they are sure as heck a lot more than just some random person saying they heard someone say they saw something from their neighbor's wife's cousin's husband. It's so much more than that. It's evidence that's been used in other criminal cases that resulted in a guilty plea of.
Look at his fine ass. Hey, baby. I'm just a slut tonight, I guess.
An officer. So we're going to take a look at what these allegations are, take a look at what evidence we can see might be pointed to.
I know. That still has something to do with it somehow, in my opinion. That's what I think. But I think there's like two angles to this, and I think they somehow come together.
Based on the allegations we're going to listen to in today's video, and we're going to try to unpack what it means, how it may be used in Mickey Smiley's case, how it may not be relevant.
Miss Ma'am, can you repeat that? I don't, that's a rumor. I'm not sure. It has not been confirmed. One shot. Yeah, the deputy. Okay. So there's this judge, there's the sheriff, and there's the deputy. This deputy was taking women who were on house arrest and probation and saying, basically, you give me a little something, I'll give you a little freedom. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was happening in the judge's chambers. Well, then the deputy got charged with it. And he pled guilty and went through the whole thing, and he's lost his job and all that. But they're also suing the sheriff because the sheriff knew of anything or had anything to do with it, but because that deputy was below him, was under him. So they're saying basically you didn't do what you needed to do to protect that whole situation. So the sheriff was being sued as well. They had a deposition like 3 days before he shot the judge. Hey, Peach. So the sheriff and the judge were pretty good friends. They had actually been to lunch together. And then it seemed like something happened at the lunch. And then the judge was in a meeting. The sheriff went into the courthouse, went into the meeting, said he needed to speak to the judge. So everybody walked out of the judge's chambers except the sheriff and the judge. And the sheriff did something with the judge's phone. So, called his daughter or something, checked his phone to see if his daughter's number was in it or a text message or something. We don't know yet. And then put his phone down and then shot him right there in the office. And it's all on camera. We watched it on my other live stream. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. What would I search for that? Okay. Mickey Steins. Let's see. I got it right here.
We're learning new information tonight about what exactly went down in the Letcher County courthouse that left a Kentucky judge dead. Video evidence from the trial shows former Letcher County Sheriff Sean Mickey Steins point his gun directly at District Judge Kevin Mullins. Mullins is seen on the ground with his hands up and turned away from Steins before the shots were fired. Steins has been charged with murder in the September 19th shooting of Mullins. The next step in the trial is for a grand jury to consider whether to indict Steins.
All right, so that's the video of like what actually happened. It was all caught on video. Now, the reason that camera is even in that judge's chambers for it to catch this on video is because of the lawsuit and the charges on the lower deputy for doing what he was doing in the judge's chambers with these women. So because of that, they put a camera in the judge's chambers. Now, here's what I was saying. Why the fuck did that deputy feel comfortable enough, whether there was cameras in there prior or not? Why would he feel comfortable enough to take these women into the judge's chambers? There's a reason.
Relevant, and it may not be able to even come into the case, and how lawyers would look at evidence like this. And of course, I'm going to answer all your questions. So let's get into it.
Chico, that is one of the possibilities. For now it's a rumor or a speculation, I guess you could say. But it absolutely has something to do with the daughter. We just don't know yet what. We do know that the daughter is involved somehow in the phone situation. That's the only fact we have about that.
So first and foremost, it's important to make clear that these are just allegations. And these allegations, as horrible as they may be.
Thank you, Steph B. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Please make sure to thank Steph if you got one.
Welcome to the Hippie Hut, man. Let's vibe.
Welcome to the Hippie Hut, mate. Let's vibe. Tell us, Peter. Tell us, Big Daddy. Tell us what you want us to know. Tell us all the information. Oh, but okay. Confirmed her number was not saved in the judge's phone. She was called from the judge's phone when she wouldn't answer her dad's phone calls. But why would he be calling her daughter right then? There was something up with that. Something was up. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. That's right, Chico. Oh, absolutely. We had this conversation on my last live about it. Like, how would you feel if that was you and if that was the situation? You know, could you blame them? Of course, murder is never right, but crime of passion, in a sense,
have not been proven in a court of law to be true. And especially when we're dealing with allegations, I mean, somebody that's presumed innocent, but that has been arrested, at least the cops have found probable cause. In this situation, in this case, the judge has also found that there's probable cause that Mickey Smiley has committed a crime. That does not make him guilty of the crime, but it does mean more than just somebody spouting allegations. Okay, it does mean more than that. There are different lines and different levels throughout the entire criminal process. But in this scenario, we have statements made and an allegation made against a victim in the case, a victim that has a family in the case. So we have to make sure that it's important we remember that, and we remember it is just an allegation. But allegations like this and information like this can become incredibly important in criminal prosecutions. And if you remember some of the context of this case, and if you don't know it, this 5-minute video clip we're going to watch gives a little bit of background. Sorry, I said Smiley. I keep saying Smiley. Steins. Mickey Smiley is something completely different. I think that's like an inn of court or something. Let me look up. What is Mickey Smiley? I think that's our inn of court. Oh no, it's the Mickey Smiley Award. That's horrible. That's a really horrible slip up by me. So Mickey Smiley was a lawyer. Let me give Mickey Smiley his due here. Mickey Smiley was a lawyer that was at the forefront, brilliant lawyer, did so much to help young lawyers, so much so that the Florida Justice Association in our state gives an award every year for a young lawyer that mentors other young lawyers and lawyers that help young lawyers come across people that are giants in the legal system. We named an award after him. That is such a bad slip up by me. So my bad. Steins is not Mickey Smiley. Hopefully I don't make that mistake again, but everybody give a clap for Mickey Smiley in the chat. My bad. Okay. So back to Steins, the sheriff. I'm just going to call him, the sheriff. So we know that there are multiple criminal and civil cases all inextricably intertwined in this case that we are covering. So we have Mr. Fields, who was an officer who allegedly was committing sex acts in judges' chambers and holding it over inmates' heads, using it to either let them get out of jail, ankle monitor, take off their ankle monitor, help them with bail, whatever it may be. He was exchanging that for sexual favors. That's a criminal case. There is a lot of evidence in that criminal case, and the statements we're going to listen to today were evidence in that criminal case. Number two, we have the civil case, right? And in the civil case, we have, of course, Officer Fields, who was involved in the criminal allegation, who was named in the civil case. But we also have one other officer named in the civil case, and that's the ex-sheriff,
Shit,
Mickey
I
Steins.
was muted. I agree with you, One Shot. It could be. It could be anything. Of course, people are going to speculate and try to figure it out. I was laughing at perfectly stupid ass saying that's his O face. And I don't know if I was muted or not when I said something to Mom, but she said, I need to know why the judge was allowed to smoke in his chambers. Like, what? He was smoking in his chambers? He don't strike me as a smoker.
And he was named in his official capacity. So not that he was also performing these same acts or doing what former Officer Fields was doing, but instead, he was named in the complaint because of his official capacity for lack of training and oversight and stopping this behavior that he knew or should have known was going on right under his nose. So again, it's important to point out that no criminal charges.
Bombs Becca, the link is pinned at the top. It's the lawyer you know. Ain't he pretty?
And no even civil allegations that I'm aware of at this point have stated that Mickey Steins himself was committing acts like this. But there was another person named in that complaint, not as a defendant, but as the location where these criminal acts were taking place. And that was Judge Mullins'
He's
chamber.
got a Bel Air hat on.
How did they know that?
You little rich bitch.
Why is that in the civil complaint? We didn't really know. We don't know all these connections. And then the third criminal case, second criminal case, third case overall, inextricably intertwined in this is the shooting case we're talking about today, where Mickey Steins walks in to Judge Mullins' chambers and ends his life. But he does it after some kind of a conversation, after looking at his cell phone involving somewhat
right.
Mickey Steins' minor daughter. So the interesting part about that, I mean, as if there's not a ton of interesting parts about this, is that the defense lawyer for Mickey Steins went on a podcast, has done interviews saying they don't think that this has anything to do with a nefarious relationship between Judge Mullins and his daughter. So a lot of us kind of put that to the side. And we don't know exactly how that civil case
You
exactly.
know what though, AMAC? He ain't got good hands. Like, I like a man with workers' hands. I understand though, he's a lawyer. He was raised by a lawyer. You know, I get it, rich boy status, but I like manly hands.
How that phone call connects to this case. But what he did say is that Mickey Stein's deposition in the civil case may have been or have
Oh, I'm gonna pass out. Look at this bitch. She said, Lindsay Lee said, I'd touch her Peter. His Peter, she made. If you don't get it, the pun is his name's Peter.
something to do with what happened in the judge's chambers that day.
Law
I don't
and
know exactly
lumber.
what that means, but he definitely didn't seem like the judge was involved in the allegations and the acts that Mr. Fields has been convicted of or has pled to. So all of this is to say there's still so much we don't know. And I think there's a lot that Mickey Stein's lawyer doesn't know too. And so we're going to watch this. We're just going to kind of let it ride the first time, listen to the context that, you know, everybody else that's talking about it puts into it. We're going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to slowly go through the statements to see what we can learn, how they might be used, how they might not be relevant, and how all this can happen when it doesn't seem like Mickey Stein's lawyer knew this at the time he was doing the podcast or giving the interviews. He did say basically everything we heard in the arraignment is all that he knew, which I find wild. And a lot of you would say, well, he's talked to his client. Why can't his client just tell him what happened or what the motive is or how we got here? Well, I'm here to tell you, number one, sometimes our clients don't know. Sometimes our clients don't tell us the truth, or sometimes our clients don't tell us the whole truth. And we can really get into trouble as criminal defense lawyers. And really, when I say we get into trouble, I mean it's trouble for our client, because it's bad for them. If you're going to be honest with somebody, it should be your own defense lawyer. But you can get people into trouble if your lawyer goes and does interviews or does podcasts and relates information or facts that he gathered or learned from conversations with you. Not privileged information, but just context he can get based on your conversations. That's number one. But when you can really get in trouble is if your lawyer goes and talks to prosecutors and says, oh, no, it had nothing to do with this. And then come to find out, more information comes out that that's not the truth. And that can be really dangerous if you're not telling your lawyer the truth. So there is an explanation that some of this may be true, and this could be what's happening, and the defense lawyer just might not know. But let's take a listen to this information and how it's delivered here together. I'll get your thoughts, your questions. I'll share some of mine, and then we'll go through just the short part of it where we actually hear the statement a second time.
Before the United Healthcare CEO was gunned down in the streets.
I got to take it off my speed and put it on my speed. Here we go.
His speed.
New York.
FYI, his speed is the same as my speed, 2x. We like it rough, fast, and in a hurry.
Shooting that took our breath away was the killing of Judge Kevin Mullins right there in his own chambers. We know who fired those shots. It was on video right there. That was Sean Mickey Steins right there with the gun. He was the sheriff at that time of their rural Kentucky county. And he was also a close friend of the judge. And he's not a sheriff anymore. He's an inmate waiting for trial. It's just like the CEO murder. The motive in the Judge Mullins case is a mystery, which means that the two men's long shared history has been under the microscope. And tonight, a gut punch of an exclusive to tell you about. It turns out there are recordings about the dead judge that tie him to some very dirty business in that county. A sex for favors scandal that sent a former deputy to jail and got the sheriff, who's now facing murder, sued in federal court. News Nation investigative producer Allison Weiner uncovered these recordings, and she joins me live now. You're such a great producer. I mean, we send you out to dig this stuff up, and then I have to have you on television to report it. What kind of a recording are we talking about, Allison?
Well, these are recordings from the criminal investigation into Deputy Fields that went to prison for the sex for favor scandal. And Deputy Fields was convicted of rape 3, of sodomy, and also of perjury. So the recordings are from his victim. And she subsequently has filed the civil rights lawsuit in federal court. The victim is Sabrina Atkins, and she was interviewed by police about what had happened to her when she was an inmate.
Hey, I'm going to drop this link in here. I was trying to find out how old he was, and I still haven't found it yet, but I did find this link that takes you to the Trago's law firm, and you can read a little bit about him.
In Fletcher County, in Whitesburg. And that's where Sheriff Stein was working, and also where Ben Fields was working. And these recordings, I was listening to them, and I just sort of stopped and was like, I'm beginning to see that Sheriff Stein's life was coming apart, like sort of one block at a time. And
he's in Clearwater, Florida. Oh shit!
Was not a good thing that I was listening to. And let's take a listen to it, and then we can talk about it.
He does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
What kind of stuff?
Just with girls sexual and stuff.
What describe? Have you seen the video?
I've seen one partly, just him having sex with girls for the bail to get out of jail.
Who was having sex?
Ben and just some higher ups up there.
Who?
The judge and.
You saw the video.
Yeah.
What did you see on the video? I mean,
I've seen guys all having sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know. Because I don't know a lot of people from.
Where was it at?
In the judge's chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was the judge's chambers? And this was Judge who?
Allison, wow, that's
bro, that is not good. Now, I want y'all to know that interview was done before Ben, the low deputy, was even charged. It was part of the investigation. So it was before this shooting. So if it is true that the judge was having sex with these women, for exchange and lowering bail or, taking their ankle monitors off, whatever it may have been, he was still in office, still in the judge's seat after that interview.
It's pretty clear. That's her saying Judge Mullins was having sex with these people in his chambers, just like the other deputy. Here's the question I have, because it seemed to me that it became an open secret among female inmates that you can sleep your way out of jail because these men and these higher ups, not the ones necessarily on the screen, this is an allegation only, will have sex for these release favors.
That's correct.
Oh my God.
And by the way, the Sheriff Stein denied during his deposition, which was a couple of days before the murder, that he had he had any idea that any of this was going on. But the fact is that the plaintiff in the lawsuit, again, Sabrina Atkins, said that she had heard rumors and that you could exchange sex for not having to wear your ankle bracelet. She didn't say that specifically, but for some favors. And that's exactly what ended up happening because she couldn't afford to pay for the ankle bracelet. You have to pay for the ankle bracelet weekly. And those are the allegations in the civil lawsuit that Sheriff Stein should have known or knew about what was happening with Ben Fields. And Sheriff Stein is the big name in that lawsuit. It's Sheriff Stein and unknown superiors and Ben Fields. So he was facing some heavy damages and the loss of his entire career based on this civil rights lawsuit. And frankly, the plaintiff's lawyers told me, Ned Pillersdorf has told me several times, because it's like they were running a brothel out of that courtroom.
Unbelievable. Well, I feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg because there's still a lot more to connect Stein's allegedly murdering the judge based on what the judge maybe would have said to bring Stein's more into this picture. So you're invited back, anytime, just knock on the door.
All right. So that's about as bad as it gets if that's true.
Look, I ain't even fucking around. Look perfectly. Let me get back to that woman. Okay, where are we at? We're at 1439. You said she borrowed Clue's lipstick. Look. Oh no. Oh. Look. I hate you. Oh. You know what though? Perfectly. Her lipstick matches your comment on my screen right now, the purple box, the pink box. Ooh. Oh man, that one got me. Let me take her stupid ass off the screen. Fucking racist, bigot. 1439. Close enough.
That's about as bad as it gets if that's true. And we've heard it in its entirety. I didn't stop it a bunch of times through just because I want to get the context that they felt they found and how they got the videos. But I want to answer a couple questions that I got via social media when it comes to this information. And that is, what types of scenarios could this information come in? What type of scenarios could it not come in? First, we'll talk about how the scenarios it does come in, because I think some of them are more obvious if this is the motive, right? And there are multiple ways this could be the motive. If his daughter was involved somehow, obviously that's a motive. Even if his daughter was not involved, but if he felt Judge Mullins was going to take some kind of plea deal.
Nala. Sorry.
Just like Ben Fields did, and he was going to flip on Steins, and then Steins going to get screwed. And so maybe he was going to stop him from talking. Maybe Stein really didn't know what was going on, like he said in his depo. And when he found out that Judge Mullins was involved and he was friends with him, he got so angry, and that's what happened. So it could come in as motive. It can also come in as a reason for him snapping, right? And having,
it's more like magenta,
that impassioned response that could make it, instead of the M charge, down to manslaughter as part of the defense, which we've heard the defense lawyer talk about. And was this what made him snap? Finding out that Judge Mullins was involved. That's a way it could become relevant. And I think what's important to remember is it doesn't just have to come in as one individual fact. It can become relevant for many different scenarios. But there's a lot of things that could make it not relevant. For instance, if this wasn't the motive and it didn't have anything to do with these allegations, they're not going to put it before the jury just to make Judge Mullins look bad in a case where he's the victim, if it really had nothing to do with why the former sheriff did this. So that's number one. And it would be kept out by the state, because the last thing you want is some kind of jury nullification, because you have a vigilante sheriff cleaning up the streets when he finds out all the people that are involved. And he feels guilty because he was the one supposed to be supervising this and he had nothing to do with it, like he says in his deposition. So there are some ways that maybe it would come in under motive, maybe it wouldn't. And these could be arguments made by both sides. And we have to remember also, I mean, this is a shocking and concerning part. Okay. So this is what popped into my head when I first heard. Why is this guy still on the bench? If they have this information, right? Because this information was done during Ben Fields' criminal case. Ben Fields has pled guilty. There's ongoing civil lawsuits happening right now. So this information is readily available to law enforcement. So if they found any corroborating evidence, if they found this to be believable or legitimate, these allegations from the victim, who is a real victim in a criminal case. She hasn't won her civil case yet, but she is an adjudicated victim in a criminal case. She's making these statements. They were enough for Ben Fields, or partially enough for Ben Fields, to take a plea deal. Why was Judge Mullins still on the bench, potentially victimizing more women? And all we've heard is the allegations are women. Maybe there were male victims too. But why in the world would he still be on the bench, having the opportunity to victimize people in the same exact way with this power? Now, if I was somebody who represented Judge Mullins and, this was absolutely not true, that would be some evidence in his favor, that these were found out to be just not true. The video did not exist. This witness, although she is a victim in a criminal case, was not credible. And what she said is just plain not true. And that's some pretty good evidence that it's not true, because if law enforcement knew about this and Judge Mullins just stayed in his position with the opportunity to commit more crimes, well, that's not going to happen. So clearly Judge Mullins did nothing wrong and these allegations are not true. That's an absolutely real possibility. And I could see a lawyer making that argument on behalf of the judge, which is why we have to take these allegations for what they are, allegations. But the civil lawsuit and the comments made by the civil lawyers mentioned in this interview are concerning. A good old boys club, running a brothel, doing whatever they want, controlling bail, ankle monitors, and all these inmates. And I saw some people saying, where are their lawyers? Where are their defense lawyers? A lot of times, judges and law enforcement, and even lawyers, so I'm not going to leave lawyers out of this. There are lawyers that do this too. They find people in vulnerable situations who know that they don't have anybody protecting them, and they use it against them and abuse them. So they know maybe they have a public defender, or maybe they don't have a good relationship with their lawyer, or maybe their lawyer's no longer helping them because they've been sentenced now, and there's nobody really protecting them. That
Can y'all hear me typing? I didn't even think about that. Could y'all hear me typing, bro? Oh, Mac, I was talking to you.
A very real possibility as well. Nicole said, Peter, do you think they'll have the trial in that county? The sheriff's lawyer said he wants to have it there among his people in an interview I heard. Yeah, I mean, usually it would be the defense that files for a change of venue. So if the defense wants to have it there, I would assume that's likely where it's going to be happening. Okay, so when we talk about arguments for and against the relevance or credibility of this statement, I think we need to break down the statement piece by piece here. And I think it's really important where the information came from and what was actually said. So I'm going to bring the video up again, and we're going to listen to a part of it.
Steph B, thank you, baby. Listen, I'm glad to have y'all here. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Thanks for being such a good friend. Oh, you know, we haven't watched George in a while. Let's watch him twerk that ass.
Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Move that ass. Let the right go work that ass. Twerk that ass. Come on. Twerk that ass. Come on.
Thank you so much, Steph B. I appreciate that. I just wanted to give a little relief. And as you can see, just like not doing drama is not popular. People want the drama. They want the chaos. I did not want that. I think we need to chill out for a bit. I mean, it's December. We got Christmas coming up. We need more lightheartedness. Does that make sense? Oh my God. How lighthearted can it be though? We're covering true crime cases, but what else?
Me live now to report.
Well, these are recordings from the criminal investigation into Deputy Fields, the guy that.
Okay, so that's the first part. Where did we, if you missed it, complicated, and you just got on, guess what? We're going to listen to the important stuff again here slowly. So where did this information come from? And like I said off the top, it's not just Mary's sister's cousin's husband told me one time that Judge Mullins did this in his chamber. Because from my perspective, that's not very credible. But this information, where this information came from, is interviews done by law enforcement on the victim in Ben Fields' criminal and now civil case, the person suing Mickey Steins. That's the female voice on this interview. So this is somebody who has firsthand experience of the abuse by these higher ups in Kentucky. Now, not firsthand experience from the abuse from Judge Mullins, but from Ben Fields. And this evidence was used in Ben Fields' criminal case, according to this producer. And we know the result of Ben Fields' criminal case is pleading guilty to all sorts of horrible charges. Peach said, have you heard of Ted Gunderson? I think this is the tip of the iceberg. I don't know who Ted Gunderson is. I'd have to look. Okay, so let's keep listening.
That went to prison for the sake of busing. And she subsequently.
Does Peter got AstroTurf back here? Is that Peter? Peter. Peter, we do not do AstroTurf. No, you ain't sitting your ass in front of this camera with a Bel Air hat on with your rich bitch cross chain and you got AstroTurf in the background. Oh. Never mind. I take it all back, Peter. I take it all. I'm a pumpkin eater. It's okay, Peter.
He's filed the civil influence, so just coming apart and like sort of one thing.
One other thing she mentions is
let's stop it real quick one more time. Steph P has said it's her half birthday. All right, men, close your eyes. Thank you, Steph.
Mickey Steins' world is coming apart. Possibly, right? Sure, he could have lost his job for failure to supervise. He wasn't going to have to pay any money. It's unlikely he was going to have to pay any money personally. It was more likely going to be in his position as official capacity. And, you know, the local government, whatever they have, would have ended up having to pay whatever the civil judgment is. So if he's angry and he didn't know about it, maybe his world's not falling apart, but maybe it is. Maybe he is involved. Maybe the judge is involved. I don't know. But the world coming apart is kind of conjecture that I don't think is positively identified from the witness's statement, which is why I want to focus specifically on the witness's statement, because if you notice who the witness doesn't say, they talk about Fields and they talk about Judge Mullins specifically. She does not say Mickey Steins was on any videos, was known to be performing these acts. He's not listed in the complaint as someone performing the physical acts, but instead failing to supervise or train. I just find that so interesting that he's the guy here now that did that deed, and he's got his life on the line, but no allegations from him in the complaint, you know, specifically for the acts in exchange for bail or whatever else, but also not on this recording. It's not like she said the sheriff was the one there locking the door. The sheriff was the one there with the girls. The sheriff was the one there removing the ankle monitors or performing these acts with the girls on video. No, didn't say that. That's what really is intriguing to me.
I was going to stop it and say, except Brantley.
One block at a time. And this was not a good thing that I was listening to. And let's take a listen to it and then we can talk about it.
He does have some videotapes of some stuff in the judge's chambers.
He has some, so I don't know who the he is. Okay. I don't know who the he is. Maybe it's Ben Fields. We'll see if we can get that context as we continue to listen.
Oh,
he has videotapes
get you some
of the stuff in the judge's chambers. So we know that, by the way, as a civil lawyer, when the victim, your client, gives you information and gives you facts, that's how you obviously fill out the factual allegations in a civil complaint. And when we read the factual allegation in the civil complaint last video, we read the whole complaint. If you want to go back and listen to that, those allegations were in there that these acts happened in the judge's chambers and that judge was Judge Mullins. So it's not surprising that she has a consistent statement here when she's being interviewed by law enforcement. Margin. This happens all over the USA, not just Kentucky. Yeah, hopefully nothing I'm saying is making anybody think this is just limited to Kentucky. This is scary corruption at high levels that makes you understand. And that's the horrible part. Like if you're talking about the United Healthcare CEO or this case being a
Fergs. Well, in case I don't go live, happy early birthday. Look at Peter's face. Look, he is disgusted with our video. Look at him. He is disgusted.
Judge, a sheriff, a cop involved. When it gets so bad that people go to these levels, it's a scary place. And fixes need to happen. And it needs to happen from the top down. So what was on those videos? What kind of stuff?
I got you, Brantley. I'll get you some.
Just with girl sexual and stuff.
What describe? Have you seen the video?
I've seen one partly, just him having sex with girls for the people to get out of jail.
Okay, so I'm going to back it up. He does have some videos, and then later, just him doing that with girls. So I think that the he and the him are talking about Fields. So Fields has videos, and I'm just putting this together, okay? This is just my opinion, right? This is just my opinion. If Fields has the videos...
Oh, thank you so much, Sin. I appreciate that. Thank you for hanging out with us. Like, every single one of y'all have contributed so much to tonight because we just needed some lightheartedness. It was really needed. So thank you too, babe.
Fields took a plea deal. As part of that plea deal, usually you'd have to turn over that evidence. You may even have to testify against some co-conspirators. So if Fields has the videos, and on the videos as described by this victim, you see Judge Mullins, Fields would theoretically have to provide those videos to law enforcement. And if they have those videos, how is the judge still on the bench?
Exactly.
There's so many ways that this does not make sense to me. Something is missing. Something is missing to me.
Well, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense that it wouldn't make sense if it's the small, like the good old boys system. That's the only way, not the only way that it could be, but that's why it's not making. I've done confused my fucking self. Fuck it.
Describe. Have you seen the video?
I've seen one partly, just him having sex with girls for the people to get out of jail.
And so there's one thing I do want to point out. She's saying the reason he's having sex with girls, I think she's assuming based on other conversations, context, her own experience. You can't see a person's motive, obviously, on a video. I just want to point that out. Here we go.
Who's having sex?
Ben and just some higher-ups.
All right, so that's where we find out who the he is, Ben Fields, and the higher-ups, okay? And this is, again, I don't understand why Judge Mullins wasn't named in the lawsuit, the civil lawsuit. If this is the case, well, actually, I do understand. Mullins was not named in the, so here we go. So we're thinking out loud here. So Mullins is not named in this specific victim's lawsuit because he did not do that to this specific victim. Whoever he was engaging with in these videos she saw was not her. Therefore, he's not a defendant for her. Maybe that's the same thing for Mickey Steins. Maybe he was doing stuff. Maybe he's one of the higher ups on video doing stuff with other girls, but that's why he's not named in her specific complaint because she is not a victim of his. That's possible. All right, but she specifically names Ben's and some higher ups. Who are those higher ups?
Sir.
Who?
The judge and
you saw the video.
The judge. And again, we've only heard one judge's chambers this happening in. And you saw the video. Yeah, she said, I saw part of one video. So Liz said, I'm confused as to why she saw the videos. I think that's a great point. And I don't think we know the answer to that. Some people have said, Ben was trying to prove that, girls do this all the time. It was a known thing around the girls that you can, get out of an ankle monitor or things like that. And that might be why Lindsay said you can sleep your way out of jail. No, these men were committing crimes. Are we really pretending these women are consenting when someone who can send them back to jail solicits them for sex? I'm not. And that's why Ben Fields, the officer, took a plea deal, because what they did is an absolute crime. An absolute crime. Now, I don't want to get into too much his sentence. I think he only went to jail for 6 months. We're going to have to maybe look at that at another time. If we say that, or if we find out, I should say, that there's more to that, the person that sentenced him or had anything to do with it, we'll see.
What did you see on the video? I mean,
I've seen Judge Mullins have sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
That's as bad as it gets for Judge Mullins, right? That's as bad as it gets for Judge Mullins. And from my perspective, where are the videos? If this is true and she says she's seen a video, what about Ben Fields? Put him on the stand, make him testify. He's a convicted felon. He doesn't have the same rights as everybody else, same privacy rights, especially when this is the crime. This is directly connected with the crime that he's pled guilty to. What is his probation requirements? That's what I would want to know. My guess is if they need him to come testify, he's got to come testify.
I've seen Judge Mullins have sex with a girl.
Who was the girl?
I don't know. Because I don't know a lot of people from her.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the justice chambers.
She said she didn't know who the girl was. Where was it at? In his office, in the judge's chambers, which is the same exact scene of the crime Mickey Steins has been charged with.
So again, if this kind of makes sense with what my original thought was, which is, why the fuck is this deputy comfortable enough to be going in the judge's chambers and fucking? I'd love to know.
How is that a coincidence? I don't understand how we could have a coincidence like that. Thank you, Marjan. This is unfortunately kind of where my head went immediately, that there has to be more to it. But without corroborating evidence, it's really hard to go down that road.
Because I don't know a lot of people from her.
Where was it at?
In his office, in the justice chambers.
Is that the same place that you were meeting Ben? Is that how you know it was the judge in chambers? And this was Judge who?
Mullins.
Allison, wow, that's pretty clear. That's her saying that it became an open secret. These will have sex.
Stein denied during his deposition, which was a couple of days before the murder, that he had anything to do. Sabrina Atkins said that she had heard rumors and that you could exchange sex for not having to wear your ankle bracelet. She didn't say that specifically, but for some favors. And that's exactly what ended up happening, because she couldn't afford to pay for that.
So if it's an open secret,
Peter made your heart grow bigger. Is that what you're saying, Mama?
Rumors being spread around the jail, it should be easier to find more than just one person that this happened to.
No.
And as we know in other cases.
No, the girls were not underage. They were actually criminals. Like, they were people who were on like house arrest and maybe would fail a P test or given lighter bail if they had sex, that kind of thing.
The more people that come forward, the more people that corroborate something, the more likely it is to be true, the more likely it's going to be that you can prove it to a jury.
Oh, shit. What I miss? Oh, VK, sir, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Choo choo. No, y'all ain't got to do that, but I do appreciate you joining in on the love. Thank you for being here.
Who has these videos that she would see them? Okay, sorry, I read this wrong the first time I read it. So let me answer it two ways: the way I thought it was asked and the way I think now it's actually asked.
I probably shouldn't joke about this. It might be kind of insensitive, but probably just a blowjob.
So who has the video? The producer for News Nation got her hands on these videos. I'm sorry, on these recordings. So they're either public record and she did a FOIA request, somebody gave them to her, but they should be part of the investigation in the case for Ben Fields, which is now a closed case because he's pled guilty.
Mm-hmm.
So law enforcement definitely has them. People that are in positions to take down Judge Mullins, Mickey Steins, whoever these higher ups are that are involved in these crimes or on these videos, I have to believe.
Yeah, taking complete advantage because it was a drug court. And so, like, basically, it's like, are you going to pee clean? No, I'm not going to pee clean this time. So what you going to do about it kind of thing. Not saying that's the exact example. It's just, or the exact situation is just an example.
These videos are not part of the evidence and are not readily available. Either that or they don't show what this person said they showed. But the only way for this to not be true,
thank you,
for Judge Mullins to not have committed the acts that he's been accused of committing, the only way for them not to be true is for this person to have bold-faced lied. Those are the only two ways to look at this situation. So she is completely lying about seeing that video and who's in it and what's on it, or it's true. That's a simple way to look at it. But I mean, these are major, crazy, shocking allegations that a sitting judge would do this.
Peter.
And that an officer would have videos of it. So that's, I think, the question you have, Cat's Pajamas, is who has the videos that she would see them? It's pretty clear from the context of who he and him is when she speaks.
We cannot even get through this serious situation, you guys. Mom said, yeah, man. Yeah, man. I can't even say it. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. She's such a tool. Tiffany Marie is such a tool.
That is Ben Fields, the officer that was doing this to her, that was committing these crimes against her as a victim who was a defendant who had been convicted and had the ankle
Judge Wapner.
Now, why did he show them to her? I don't know. It doesn't sound like she has these videos in her possession, obviously, but that she had seen them at a prior time.
Deetsy. Bitch. I've been thinking about you all day.
Mark, huge fan, longtime follower. I listen to your podcast to fall asleep. No offense. Hey, whatever gets the listen, right? Your voice is soothing and calming. Keep up the good work. I was waiting for a motive in this case. Big fan. Love you and your dad. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know if many people have called my
Right. Said, I don't know. Emma.
Voice soothing. I've had a lot of comments on my voice. Some nice, some not so nice. You know, some people say I've got a voice for TV. It's like the opposite of a face for radio. But thank you so much, Mark, for your kind words. So, from my perspective, I know there's going to be people wanting to blame the victims in this case.
No, we were talking about something completely different. It's just, I'll show y'all in a little bit before we leave. It's something we can laugh at before we leave. But we would never roast Peter. Do you see this angel amongst us in front of our eyes? We would never.
Because most of them are criminal defendants. Most of them are, literal criminals that have taken plea deals, been convicted, whatever it may be. Call them liars. Like, oh yeah, obviously she's going to lie. She's going to lie for money in a civil complaint. Okay. But the way I look at it, and my response would be, Ben Fields pled to pretty much exactly what she said. And then you have this blow up between Mickey Steins and the judge. So it seems to be that there is some smoke to the fire that she's bringing. I don't know. And this is allegations, and we're going to see if this is borne out. But
well, technically, that's not drama. I mean, it's just Tiffany Marie showing her ass. That's technically not drama, is it? It's up to y'all. We'll play it. Is it because I won't stop talking? I'm sorry, Curious. I'm sorry, girl.
I find it very hard to believe that a sheriff would walk in and do this to a judge without more being there being more to it. Right.
I agree.
And maybe we're searching for what that more to it is. But if I'm a prosecutor on this case, this is information that is very important to me. I'm a defense lawyer on this case. This is also information that is very important to me. I will talk to these victims. If I'm the prosecutor, these victims, there's no such thing as a perfect victim, right?
No,
these victims can get up there and tell their story. It takes a lot of strength. It's very difficult. They know people are going to come at them and say they're lying or they can't be trusted or they're not credible. But juries can usually see credibility and listen to it when they hear it. Kathy said, is the judge the same judge who sent him to 6 months? I don't know that answer. The Johnny Gosh kidnapping is why the judge threatened his daughter. It happens everywhere. I believe the inmate of what the judge was doing.
Stop it. You stop it right meow. Charlotte's Webbin said, hey, y'all, I remember when Jade tagged Peter when she was getting sued. Stop the cat. Miss me with all this shit, Charlotte. Oh, wow. Mom said, I need to see Peter in a suit.
Yeah, again, and I don't even know what context you're bringing here because it seems like there's just so much more going on.
Good for him, Miss Brazy.
What we know at this point.
Oh, he likes
this
golf.
Is something that
I need to give him a golf clap. Good for you, Peter. Leave them hoes on red, baby.
I hate about the system that there are people that stoop to this level and use their power for literal evil. It happens. It's true. The SVU episodes hit so hard because a lot of them, there's some truth to it. There are some real stories like that. And I want to highlight it. I want to talk about it. I want to shine a light on it. I don't care if it's a lawyer, a judge, a cop, whatever it may be, wherever the wrongdoing is and the injustice is, we want to shine a light on it. We want there to be justice. We want the truth to come out, the truth to be revealed, and the true victims to get their justice, and the true defendants to get their punishment.
Yes, Peter said, fuck your clique and the bitch you roll with. That's the little bit of the update. I know, oh Jesus, we barely got through this damn thing. Like, this was not supposed to be comical content, but it was, because I mean, look at him, he's beautiful. We just couldn't help ourselves. Oh. Well, did y'all see Peter in his pirate costume? Where can we find this? Where does he got an Instagram? Let me go look. Or is it on Twitter? I need to see this costume. Instagram. Come on, give me Instagram. All right, let's go in here. Oh, Mom, knowing his little Christmas shirt. How stinking cute. Oh, it's his Christmas PJs. Let me show y'all this. Do y'all see this shit? I wish it'd let me make it bigger. Look at that baby. Look at him in his Christmas PJs. That's my little brother. That's my little brother. I love him. I love him so much. Okay, what was I doing? I was looking up Peter. What was his last name? Oh, hell. What was his last name? Somebody tell me his last name. Tragos. That's it. Tragos. Okay. Tragos. There he is. Oh, look at him. Look at that baby. Look at that baby. I don't see Peter in a pirate costume. Oh, look, there's his button green. Okay. I'm a piece of shit. Just go ahead and tell me I'm a piece of shit. How tall is Peter? That's what I need to know. Peter, how tall are you, Peter? No, we just watched that. Is it something I can Google? Oh, shit. Peter Tragos in pirate costume. Who's playing with me? Who was it that said that Peter is in a pirate costume? Charlotte. He's got a wife. Oh, no, hold on. What is that? Images. Let me go over here. What is this? No. That's not him. Oh, it was right after the Depp trial? Oh my God. I'm never going to find that. Let me go back. Is that his wife? Oh, she is cute. Look at her. Damn. Legs for days, baby. Look at you. Yeah, they're a cute couple. Oh, that was their 14th wedding anniversary. He's got kids too? Oh, they're precious too. Dang. Look how precious and what babies are. Okay. Pirate, 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 pirate. Stay focused. Stay focused. Oh, hold on. Isn't that Depp's lawyer? We're just a little stalkerish, man. Don't judge us. Who dat? Oh, no. That's about the other guy. Nala, I know you want attention, baby. You got to give me a minute. Mm. I don't. Is who Big George? Oh shit! Amax sent the linky, link. Did you do it? Where'd you do it? Where'd you send it, Amac? Hold on. Did you put it in links and shiz? Gotcha. Let me put. Oh, hell no. He did it all out. He did the whole shebang. Let me get back in here. Let me do this. Thank you, Bammy. Copy link. Okay, let me go over here. Fine, motherfucker. Woo! He pretty. Okay, I just gotta go to my email real quick. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? It won't let me enlarge it. Oh well. It doesn't show them. Well, if that wasn't a whole motherfucking cock tease, I don't know what was. He did the whole stream. No, he ain't watching me. That was it. Damn it. Let me go back in here. Playing with our feelings. How about this? I'll find it for the next stream and we're going to watch it. I'll find his YouTube where he shows himself off and we'll watch it. Okay, there was something else I was going to show y'all. What was it? Oh, Hartley. Let me pull that up. YouTube. P.I. Hartley. All right, y'all ready for this? Oh shit. One shot. Thank you. Hold on. Go to Google, put in Peter Tragos dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay. Thank you so much, One Shot. If you got a membership, make sure you thank One Shot for it. And welcome to the Hippie Hut. Peter Tragos dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow. Okay, let me do that. Peter. Okay, Google. Peter Tragos dressed as Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh, shit. It's right here. Thank you so much, Penny. We all appreciate you for this. All right. Did you pull it off?
Hi, I'm Peter Tragos, host of the Lawyer You Know podcast and YouTube channel. The saying goes, everyone hates lawyers until you need one. Well, I'm here when you need one to answer your questions and give you insight that you didn't know you needed. Along with my partners, Pete Sardis, the professor, who has a finance and business background, and George Tragos, my dad, and the consigliere, a criminal defense giant, we can answer any questions you have.
What's up, everybody? We are here for a very special video tonight.
Peter!
It's your host, your boy, the lawyer you know, aka Captain Peter Sparrow.
And put some respect on that name. Oh, that's great. Okay. So he made a promise to his subs he would do that if he reached 100K by the time the day. Oh, look at him. I love that. Pirate Peta is fantastic. All right. For those of you that don't know, I'm finna tell you, so now you know. Tiffany Marie was on Queen Bee's panel yesterday, and I don't know where Queen was. That don't matter. It's between I don't know the dude's name, SS something, and Tiffany Marie, and she's treating SS like shit, like pure straight shit. So, and she's an asshole to Petty because Petty has an accent.
Yeah, let's
about this lady.
Let's not get all hype again. We've had plenty enough of all that. Let's
Who
keep
is
it,
that?
Let's
Who's
keep
talking?
it chill. It's
You sound like you're way low, dude. Like you're like, you okay?
Okay, so hear me out. He does seem really, really relaxed.
You're saying I'm hype, but you sound way fucked up.
Well, I'm certainly not.
As long as you're good, you know.
The dude should be able to toke it up all he wants, Tiffany Marie. We don't need your shenanigans over, feeling light.
I just want to make sure.
You don't need to worry about me. You sound like
Okay.
I'm gonna take
Don't
up
worry
here.
about me either. If I want to be hype, I'll
Well,
be hype. That cool
You
with
can be hype if you want
Night
to,
one
but
shot.
1,500 people are sick of fucking listening to you.
I really don't give a fuck.
Let's
I
get
don't
it
even
straight.
know.
I don't
who
give
you
a
are.
fuck what you want
Who
either.
is
Why don't
talking
you
to me
shut
right
the
now?
fuck up?
Who is that talking?
Yeah, look, listen. He's just trying to vibe, man. He's just trying to chill. Like, totally chill out, dude. And she is fucking with it. She is fucking with the vibe.
Hey,
My
name's Amy.
Jesus Christ.
I
Yeah.
don't even know you.
I don't know fucking you. So get the
Okay.
fuck off. What the fuck?
Is this your
Okay, so he says he doesn't know her. Sorry, he says he doesn't know her.
channel?
No, it ain't my channel, but
Okay.
everybody here is sick of listening to you.
I really
Every
don't give
fucking
a fuck.
comment is telling you to shut the fuck up.
Queen Bee hasn't told me to shut the fuck up. Queen Bee, would you like me to shut the fuck up? Am I too much for this panel here? Jesus Christ. You
Yeah,
sound like
too
you're going to
much.
fall out.
You're too much. You're
I
too
don't really
fucking
care.
much.
I don't care.
Yeah,
You
it's
must not
apparent
know
you
me
don't
then.
care. No, I
You
know
must
you.
not
I know
know
you
me.
because you hung out with AB, you hung out with Benny, you hang out with.
So you don't know her, but you know everybody she hung out with. You probably felt. Never mind.
Molly. Who the fuck else you want to hang out with? I know plenty
I'll
about
hang out
you.
with whoever I want to.
Yeah, it
okay?
shows how bad your judgment is what
My,
it shows.
how bad my judgment is?
Yeah.
According
Terrible.
to who?
Terrible judgment.
Who are you to speak on Benny or Molly? Like, you don't know
I'm
them.
somebody who's watched this shit since 2017, and I know how people behave, and I've seen where you've been. I've
Okay,
listened to your
well,
crazy
I don't
shit.
appreciate you passing
I don't
judgment on
appreciate
people
you calling
don't
saying
know.
that I'm on fucking drugs, lady. Okay.
Okay,
So chill
well,
the
I
fuck
know
out.
Benny personally and Molly personally. Do not pass judgment on people you don't know. Thanks.
Yeah, psyops. She knows the drug addict when she sees him. Like she said, she knows Benny perfectly and she knows Molly perfectly.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you started it, not me.
I don't fucking
you.
know you, and I was
You.
coming back because I was here already. You were not. I don't know you. Why don't
Right.
you
I don't
chill the
know.
fuck
I don't
out?
know you. I don't know you either. So why don't you chill the fuck
Okay,
out?
then stop. Okay.
To be fair, you've come up on Queen's panel, mouthing off at Si.
Tell her, Patty. Tell her.
for no reason when we've all had to sit and listen to you bitch for the last
I really
hour
don't
about
care.
nothing.
Is
Then
Chasing
get the
still
fuck off
here or
the
did she
panel.
leave? Did
Go.
Chasing leave?
Yes.
She been gone.
She been gone. Bye.
There's no need for you to be here, sweetheart.
Who are you? I don't know you either.
I'm Amy. Pleased to meet you.
Amy. Who are you, Amy?
She's such an idiot. Oh my god. Asshole.
She been gone.
There's no need for you to be here, sweetheart.
Who are you? I don't know you either.
I'm Amy. Pleased to meet you.
Amy. Who are you, Amy?
Who are you? Who are you, Emma?
Are you fucking deaf? Do I sound Scottish?
I don't know who Amy is. Do you have a screen name?
Yeah, Petty.
Petty?
Oh. The ignorance is deep, bro. Like, we ain't about making fun of accents. We don't do that shit. Well, we don't. Some people do, but we don't. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Petty. Sorry she did that to you.
Yeah.
Petty?
Fucking deaf. Do I sound Scottish?
I don't know who Amy is. Do you have a screen name?
Yeah, Petty.
Petty?
Yeah.
Petty? Petty Amy?
Petty.
Amy Petty?
Yeah.
Amy Petty. Okay, Petty Amy.
What an asshole. Now she sounds like, what is she saying? Petty? Amy?
Is that all you can do? Make fun out of someone's accent? You are
I'll do whatever
so
the fuck
fucking
I want.
classy.
You have so much
Get the
to
fuck off
say.
the
You
Queen's
don't like
panel
that
then.
shit?
Show some respect. This ain't your
I
channel,
don't need
bitch.
to show you respect. You showed me none. Why would I
I said
give you
show
respect?
Queen respect. Go and wash your fucking
I
ears
respect
out.
Queen just fine.
That psyops and Amy over there.
You're not Queen Bee, okay?
No, I'm not Queen Bee.
Watch how you fucking address me then, bitch.
I'm
if
not
you
going to
think
watch
you're
how I
going to talk
address
to
you.
me
Where
like
you heard
shit,
yourself? You
I
come
have
up
to
on
what,
here.
respect you? I don't
come
even
up on
fucking know
here
you.
saying that
I don't
size
know
on
you.
fucking drugs. Are you
The
fucking
fuck?
serious? Are you fucking
I
tap?
don't know you,
Oh
Amy
my
Petty.
God.
I don't know you.
Oh my. Oh, you fucking twerp, man. Petty handled that like a champ. She did the damn thing.
You don't give a fuck if you know me or not.
Listen to you. Listen to you.
I enjoy this
You
so
sound
much.
like
Oh. So there's that. Here's Hartley's link though. Petty did good handling that. Like, Tiffany Marie is a lot to deal with, and I mean, I'm laughing not because Tiffany Marie is making jokes, but because Tiffany Marie is being an asshole per usual. Yeah, she's something. But all right, anyways, we're going to shut down in just a second, but I do want to share with you guys there is a guy missing out of Oregon. His name is Paul Flores. And I'm dropping the link to Dutchie's live that she did on him yesterday. She had the family in there and everything. So if you feel like sleuthing or you find yourself bored and you want to look into something and connect dots and figure things out, this would be a perfect thing for you to sleuth on. Also, here is the Facebook group ran by his family. Paul Flores. Oh, really? That sucks, man. But they're just wanting help. They're literally just wanting help. He's been gone since, I think it was July 21st. I don't quote me on that, but July 21st. Go listen to Dutchie's live because they give a little bit of information, but there's still a lot of information they don't have. Like, I think they're trying to get the text together now, Nunya said, because he was texting different people before he went missing. And so Nunya suggested that they get the text together so that you can look, they can kind of see what was going on in the gaps of time where he was kind of MIA for there was one time he was gone for 3 hours before he was seen again. And the cops won't do anything until he's been missing for 6 months because he's a grown ass man and he may want to be not found. You know what I'm saying? There's strange things in this situation. Like, he got a brand new car, and left it and hitched, was basically catching rides by walking down the road and getting people to give him rides for some reason, but his car was fully functioning. That was weird. One of the last times he was seen on camera, he didn't have his shoes on anymore. He got into a van and that was it. There's a lot of weird things about it. So this is in Oregon. Here is the Facebook page with his family. And here is Dutchie's live about it. Now, Dutchie did 2 lives about it, but the first one, the family was in the chat and they couldn't come on the panel or anything, and it got really confusing. So the second one is the one you need to watch. It's the recap with more factual information. That's what I'm thinking, Mom, but I'm not sure. But they're just asking for help. I will put the flyer that Dutchie made on my community post for you guys to share it out if you want to on your Facebook. But they just want some attention and they want to just figure it out and find out where he is. So if you feel like sleuthing, that would be a perfect. Hey, Dutchie. I was just telling them about your live last night about Paul. If you're looking for something to do and you're bored and you don't want to listen to drama, cut you some other shit on and go sleuthing. That's my advice to you. All right. Thank y'all for being here and taking a step away from the drama. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will catch y'all on the flip side. Bye.
If you ever feel lost or caught in a bind, just think of Jones and you'll surely find that the simple life's the one that's truly free. In a hippie hut, just like Jones, and you see